Hey everyone, it's the intern here. Before we get started, I just wanted to quickly remind everybody, if you're listening on iTunes or another platform, please feel free to give us a rating. And if you want to take the time and write a review, that would be great. But ratings really do help us climb the charts on podcasts and gets the name out in front of other people so that they could have an opportunity to listen as well. All right, you guys ready for the next one? Let's hit it live. Ready? Set? Wait.
Are we on?
Wait, before we
What?
go, you know how I used to give you crap
What?
last year when your allergies were really bad?
Yeah?
And you were like...
You mean you still do that?
You were like snorting? Guess whose allergies kicked in this year?
Told you. It's eventually going to happen.
They are
maybe you
frickin'
shouldn't...
bad.
Maybe you shouldn't have given me such a hard time
Oh,
about
no, I
my
still should have.
sniffle.
Here's the thing, guys.
My sniffle or nipple? Sniffle?
Whoa, your nipples?
Sniffle. I don't know.
Are we getting into your nipples later? I have a feeling we will be. We're going to talk about it, aren't we?
It's just a weird day.
I love this. Anyway, I'm a mouth breather. I'm not so much a sniffer. I'm a mouth.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's really attractive. So, hey, everybody.
Do I sound really monotone today?
You kind of do. I need you to
It's
pick
kind
it
of
up
weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
well,
like I'm the chipper one, which never happens.
I'm kind of hurting, so I'm in the hurt right now. So I'll explain that a little later.
Do you want to welcome everybody back? I feel like I'm taking control of your podcast.
No, hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
Red line
Okay, let's just start it. I mean,
attention.
this is, hey, I'm Wee. This is Wee Adventure Northwest with my lovely intern across from me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sniff right off the bat.
Well, I'm going to tell you, there's more going on in the internals here than just allergies right now.
Well, let's keep it like kind of non-gross. Nobody needs to hear about gross stuff.
Yep. So,
beer on the porch?
Beer on the porch.
We're
Actually,
kinda skipping it.
I'm going to be honest with you. We do have beer on the porch. It is
Watershed?
no, that's the name of the beer is Watershed, but it's by Oakshire out of Eugene, Oregon.
Shout out to Eugene and the Ducks.
Yeah, and Watershed, Oakshire. Could go into just touch my boob.
No, you had a bug on your shirt, and I know how you feel about bugs, so I just killed it with my fingers.
But anyway, so we do have beer on the porch, but
we do.
I'll be honest with you, this episode is going to be brought to you by H2O and a lemon in it.
And some blueberries. I floated some blueberries in there for you.
That's nice.
Fancy.
Aww.
I know. And you're still in your beer stein.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
see those down there?
I'll be honest with you.
Blueberries.
This is probably the best choice.
After this weekend?
Yeah, we came off a long, hard rough weekend. And so I think water is the best. And not just because we drank some beer this weekend, but because I'm really feeling I need to be hydrated. And we had
cheers.
Cheers. Bink.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Oh, that does. See, it's the water. It's the water. Yeah.
Have you seen that meme where they're like, "This is what water sounds like in a wine glass," and it's like, "This is what beer sounds like," and it's like a whole symphony.
Yeah, it's like, ha ha.
Do you have chapped lips today?
Oh man, I tell you what, I'm tore up.
Babe, I'm in the chapped lips category too.
So I'm going to tell you guys.
All right, it's because I'm a mouth breather.
We had a little adventure. We just got back. We were on the road for a few days, and
shout out to our patrons. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, let's give
guys.
the Patreons a shout out. So thank you guys, because you know this can't be done without you.
No,
we can't bring this to you.
It's not cheap to produce.
It's not cheap to produce.
So all of our patrons keep paying for us to come on. Thankful for them. I don't know why everybody else is tuning in. I mean, I understand our patrons because they have money involved.
Right.
They're like, be great this time.
But if you want to keep listening and just kind of donate to the show, just get on to patreon.com, WE Adventure NW.
Look at you.
I know, right?
I like this. It's like we're a team.
Well, I'm in the groove right now. I've been in the groove all weekend. And so I need to stay in the groove.
All right, I don't want to sidetrack you. Go. So, shout out to our patrons. Thank you guys. We love you.
Yeah, for sure.
Boom.
So like I said, we just got back. We were on the road for a few days. The Zach Squash, and myself and Squirrel, little Seth,
And his
little
family.
Seth.
Little Seth and his
Yeah,
family.
little Seth was there, and so we had a what my cousin and I like to say. I'm going to air quote it. It's not a race. Air quote, not a race.
What?
We turn everything into a race.
What was it?
So
It
we
wasn't
went.
a race.
We went to.
Ooh, I just got lip gloss on my microphone.
No, we headed over to a little place in Central Oregon. A little high desert riding.
Oh.
This weekend, did a little what we like to call a poker run.
That's what
she said. Yeah. Yeah. So we had some fun. I just want to give a real shout out because, we're always looking for things to do, and that's why I always say to everybody out there, if you have something that you want us to do, an experience as an adventure, then tag us, send us an email.
Sure.
And so
weadventureNW@gmail.com.
Yeah, for sure. So we got this outfit, Comac.
Comac? Like cognac?
COMAC.
Nothing like cognac.
Right. So it's called it's a kind of it's a Central Oregon motorcycle and ATV club.
Oh.
So they reached out and asked us, if we would come and have the festivities with them and
I love how you call it festivities.
Well, yeah. So we agreed, and so we loaded up and headed over there.
In the bike lodge?
Yeah, in the bike lodge.
The shaggin' wagon.
And
what did you guys call it this time?
Well, I couldn't remember that.
What Jess called it?
I couldn't remember. Jess called it the shaggin' wagon, and we were calling it the Stabbin cabin.
Oh, good. What?
I know.
Wait, so there's just two men in the Stabbin cabin?
Yeah, I know.
Did you
little Seth was
shorts?
in a tent.
Oh,
so.
no. Seth was in a tent.
Yeah, Seth was in a tent.
I tell you. You guys are an adventure in
I
itself.
Know. But no, I did want to throw a shout out to the Comac out of Central Oregon.
That's pretty cool. And they're the ones that put this on?
They did. And,
okay.
And, I got to sit down with them for a little bit and chat with them.
Yeah.
They really did a good job.
Tell me, like with Safety Sally.
You know what? They laid a nice course out there. They laid about a 40-mile course out there for us.
Oh, wow.
And
one way?
Yeah, is it one
that.
way? Yeah. Because, boy, did I have we went to pre-run it, and I had a whole nother story here. But I want to talk about this Comac first.
Okay.
So we'll pin that pre-running.
Okay.
And I think I just put a picture up on Instagram about me looking at the map, trying to pre-run this thing.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I like your hat.
Yeah. So does everybody else.
No, they didn't.
So, I know. They don't make fun of me.
I like it.
I'm old. I can take it.
Oh my God, you're not that old.
So anyways, Comac. These people, they did it right. I've been to some of these activities and events, and you know what? Some people just don't put them on. They just don't work.
Sure.
They they all pack up and leave. Yeah, they're just kind of half-assed.
We can swear.
But
we
these guys at Comac, I really enjoyed it. It's like going out to shed and racing.
Okay.
They put on a good event. They are very organized. You know what impressed me? One of the biggest things that impressed me was, and there was great camping everywhere. Well, you're out in the desert, so you guys know there's camping everywhere out there. But so where they set us up to register for this event, they actually and I like, if you guys have been to Disneyland, you know the Disneyland lines.
Yeah.
How they're forever, but they serve a purpose.
Sure.
So they had this for the motorcycles and probably ATVs too. I mean, I think you all have to go through it.
Why is it that I enjoy the lines at Disneyland and they're the same as in the airport, but I don't like the airport lines?
Because you know that there's going to be some fun at the end.
So was this like a Disneyland, not the airport for you? Very cool.
So they got it all marked out. and you would ride through this ribboned kind of column line, right?
Okay.
So they force you down this one area, and there's a guy standing there with this little stick, and he's going to he's just gonna poke it down you. He's gonna poke it in your exhaust. He's gonna poke you in the puka. Okay?
I don't know how I feel about
Poking you
in the puka.
poking you in the
Oh,
puka.
poking your bike in the puka.
Yeah, poking the bike in the puka. So he pokes me in the puka,
Oh, okay, great. What kind of
and
poke
he
around is
says,
this?
"You're good."
Oh,
So I go to the next stage.
yeah.
So I ride over there, and it's Forest Service guy.
Okay.
Well, two of them. Forest Service guy and helper,
Uh-huh.
and he's got the sound check because
Oh, okay.
legally
Yeah.
you have to be able to be so many decibels
Right.
or.
There was a point in
Your
my life
sound
where I knew
decibels.
that, where that
Yeah.
was like 92 decibels or something.
Yeah, it's 96 or 92. I don't know
Something
what it
like
is.
that.
I
Don't
try to
take our
pay.
word for it,
I try to
kids.
pay attention, but the laws change
They
so
do.
fast and so often. I don't even know what it is
And I
now.
think your exhaust on both of your bikes are stock, right?
No, but
Oh.
this one that I took in there is stock, and he looked at it and he goes, "You're stock. You're good. Don't even
You're
worry about it."
fine.
He didn't even test me.
He didn't even.
No, because
poke
he
your
goes, "You're
puka.
good to go." So they
Wait,
gave.
what was the poking your puka for? Oh, that's a lot of keys in the microphone.
So they
Sorry,
poke.
guys.
They poked the puka on the bike.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what a puka is, it's a hole.
Jeez, I really
That's
hope
what
you
she
guys
said.
all know what a
It's
puka.
a poka hole.
Oh.
So a puka poka.
Oh God.
So
But you're right. throw it
yeah,
in.
right. And so no, it's to see if you have a spark arrestor screen. So a screen, like a screen door or whatever, but it's in your exhaust, so there's
Okay.
no sparks that come out.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a safety thing. So
It is
Safety
a
Valley
safety
should
thing.
approve.
All this is safety.
Okay. So they're just
And
making
so,
sure
yeah,
you guys are.
So they send
to
you
snuff.
through a
Did you just hit
safety.
yourself?
I did.
Are
Don't
you
even.
okay?
Don't go there.
All right.
Don't think
All right.
like
It's
it didn't
fine.
even happen. I
happen.
hit myself in the chin. I caught the cord.
You're new.
I threw it in.
This is your first
I threw the
podcast.
mic into my chin. I look like a dork. Let's just move on.
Moving
It
on.
never
It
happened.
never
There's
happened.
nothing to see
I will
here,
go
people.
ahead and edit that
There
out.
is nothing to see.
I will
So anyways,
edit that out.
So yeah, it's a safety check.
Okay.
Very well organized, by the way. So this is one of the things I want to say to these Comac people. And the president, which I met, was Brian Highsmith.
Oh.
So I got to meet him and talk to him, and I talked to him because I like to talk to all these people because I want to make sure I got permission to even mention their name.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Right.
Because I don't want to cross any boundaries. And I don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Sure.
That, like that's going to happen.
No, but I think it's
Because
good
we're
that
going
you
to
tell
talk about
people.
Russell here in a minute.
Oh, I don't think you should. I've already heard
No.
a little bit about
Oh.
Russell. We need to change his name to
No.
Carl.
Carl.
Wait,
Okay,
it's
we'll
like
call
Karen.
him. Yeah, we'll call him Carl Russell.
Wait, Karen was her real name, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
You
was.
called her Kimmy.
Shoot.
Whoopsie.
So, anyways, no.
Yeah.
So we go through the safety check. Now
Yeah.
you know how you have to go through a safety check, and you have to have your bike. They have to hear your bike, and it
Yeah.
has to be mic'd with a
Right.
microphone, just like a microphone that we're
Like
using here,
now.
right?
Yeah. I remember
And
this
then
at the coast.
and then there's a gauge that gives them how many decibels it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he looks at me, and mine's running, and I pull through, and of course, I pass with flying colors, and of course I got my one of the girlfriends behind me,
Right.
and so he wheels up there, and the smart ass he is,
Oh no.
as soon as he gets to the
Yeah.
noise guy,
Yeah.
he just shuts his bike off, and not even thinking, he shuts his bike off, and the guy goes, "Yeah, boy, that's pretty quiet, isn't it? Now, can you turn it back on?" And he goes, "Oh shit, I forgot we were in a sound test."
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, so he passed, so that was fine. But yeah, that good old Zach. So turn it off
Just turn it off.
in the sound check.
It's the stealthy bike.
It's the stealth bike.
This is new by Husqvarna.
Yeah.
It's the
So,
stealth bike.
but they had another area after that. We went through all the safety checks,
Okay.
and we talked to the little gals that we had to give all the information to, and then we had to go pay the money and
Sure.
get our tags and all that good stuff. But they actually had a kids course.
Oh.
that the kids had to,
Like a pre-qualifier?
if the kids wanted to ride this, they had to they had to be certified on a safety course before they could even go out with anybody on this in
That's
their
super impressive.
in their age group.
So not only are they making sure that your bikes are legal, but they're making sure to set up the kids so that they can complete the course and they're not looking at somebody getting hurt out there.
Exactly. And they
really
they
cool.
had a little course set up for all the kids
Okay.
to take, and they were pretty diligent about it, and they ran them all through it and made sure that they could handle, what was out there.
Right.
What was that to look for?
Didn't you hear that?
No.
Oh, okay. We're moving on.
Oh. Did you? Bell?
No, it was just a weird sound that came out of my throat. It was like a Chewbacca. Speaking of, did you hear the actor that played Chewbacca passed away?
I have been out of...
Well, let me just tell you.
I have been out
that
of
happened.
cell service for the last 4 days.
I know. That happened while you were gone. So
Every time I leave and I get out of media...
yeah, it was kind of it was a bad deal.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Silence.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Moment of silence?
Moment of silence. Okay.
And that was weird.
We'll
Okay.
just make it awkward.
That's
I was
what
going
she
to try
said.
to make a Chewbacca sound, but I don't know how.
Yeah, let's not try
then
that.
It just got
Let's-
really weird in my own head.
It's too soon. It's too soon.
If you listeners have a good one, just
No.
put it in there. So anyway.
So anyways,
That's
no,
cool.
I was really impressed with these people, how they set that up and they had it ready for the kids.
Well, shout out to
And they had
Comac.
so
You can
so
find
a
him
bit
on
yeah.
Facebook.
You can.
COMAC.
Yeah.
Just go look him on Facebook.
And
look him
it's
up on
the
Facebook.
Comac Club and so check them out.
A lot of cool things.
I think they have quite a few events throughout the year.
Yeah, I liked their Facebook page, and it looked like they had quite a few things happening. So they're kind of a happening club.
Yeah, now remember, if you guys go into Central Oregon, I don't know when the best time to ride that is.
Never.
No, there is a sweet spot, but it's like a day or two, and you have to hit that just right because, like
Is
we
Christmas Valley considered Central Oregon?
yes,
Because that was just miserable. When
yeah.
we
This
went.
is farther north,
Okay.
but it's either Zach and I were over there, and there was snow on the ground. The
Right.
trailer got frozen to the ground.
Right, you were
You know,
riding
we
across
talked
ice.
about this. Yeah, we riding around ice. Scrape my elbow.
I know.
Yeah.
You still have the scar for that. That's a pretty good scar.
Yeah, it is. And
I think
and
you
then this
probably need
time
good
when we
stitches.
went over there, it was like the dust bowl of death.
Ugh.
I may be a little bit hoarse, and I'm coughing all the time and
Yeah.
sniffling. It's because I got so many dirt boogers in me right now
Gross.
that I'm going to be picking dirt
Gross.
boogers out for a while. I'm going to be hacking up dirt.
Clods.
Yeah, for a
Clots?
while.
Clod?
No,
Clots?
it's not
I
like
don't
a blood clot. It's a dirt clot. Or
I know,
clog.
clod.
Claude.
I don't know.
Claude, give me another beer.
It's listener's choice. Listener's choice, whatever you want it to be. So, did you spit out a blueberry or an ice
No,
cube?
It's ice cube.
Super attractive.
I know, right?
It's
But
good
yeah.
thing you pay me well.
Definitely a shout out to these guys.
That is cool.
And, it was cool, too.
Way
They
to
had...
put on a top-notch event to
They
keep the
did.
riders safe and make sure that we're not starting fires in our forests and
They
doing all
did a good
wonderful
job.
things.
They
So
did a good job.
that is way cool.
Gosh, and they had, I think it was just over 240 entries in this thing.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's a good poker run.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
So how many miles did you say? 39?
It was like 30. I think we went about 37.
Do I want to ask how quick you made it through, or is that a different podcast because it, quote, wasn't a race?
Yeah, it's not a race.
Uh-huh.
Just because we passed as many people as we could.
Okay. No, that means it is a race if you're passing people.
Well, yeah.
Oh, great. So how long did it
So
take you guys
I
to
didn't
get
think
through
I
it?
could. I didn't think I could. I was in good enough shape to pretty much go nonstop, hard on. Oh, that's what she said.
I mean, I have faith in you.
Yeah. No, I really. And it's not because as old as I am, but it's I'm just not in the best shape
Well, we're coming out
as
of
I
winter.
used to be. Yeah. But I gave it.
Sedentary season.
So I gave it my all.
Right.
And I actually got feeling really good, and I got in my rhythm, and I got in a groove, and I think I averaged about I think on those trails. Now you gotta remember, this isn't just like riding down the road. This is like dirt and like some is silt beds and rocks and hills and jumps and everything.
Whoops.
Yeah, and oh man, the deep
literally
whoops.
whoops.
Yeah, no, and
Not like I did
and
something
so
bad.
I mean, I'm feeling it today. I hurt so bad.
No, I know. When you got out of the truck, when you got home, you looked like you were crippled up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm still crippled up. In fact, I got up this morning in the fifth wheel. I got out of bed. And I couldn't. We have 2 steps to get down to the main level, and I could hardly get down the steps. That's how bad I hurt.
Well, I know if we had a sponsor for this episode mid-reel, it would be BioFreeze and ibuprofen.
Yeah, because that's all I've been doing is BioFreeze and ibuprofen right now. But no.
But you said you got into your groove. Like you felt
I did.
Really good.
I felt really good.
You were going
I felt
super
like I was
fast.
18 again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we averaged a speed around 40, 45 miles an hour in that.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So we weren't letting any grass grow under our feet.
How did the other riders respond to you guys? Because I know.
Well, some are going just as fast, and some are going faster than we went. I mean, I had some kid. I looked at him. He must have been 16, 18. You know.
Yeah.
He's a quarter of my age, maybe.
Yeah.
And he passed me like he was on the throttle, full throttle, all
just
the
going.
way. Yeah, going.
Because he knew it wasn't a race either.
Yeah, and it wasn't air quote a race.
Yeah.
But once we got to stop, because I had to take a drink real quick.
Yeah.
And I saw him, and he threw off his helmet, and the poor kid looked just dazed and confused. I didn't know what was wrong with him, but
What do you mean?
I never saw him again.
What?
I mean,
he
he
was
was
hard because he needed like attention.
I don't know
I
what.
mean, like medical.
No,
not like
I don't
he's
know. I don't think
a
so.
diva.
But I think he was just wide open, and he was just holding the throttle open, just clutching it to adjust his RPMs and
Really?
and wheel speed. Yeah, and
Ooh.
the kid was impressive when he went around me.
Yeah. Maybe he took a hard tumble in between the time.
He could have.
He
He could have. And and that's why you want to stay safe on doing those things. Don't do anything dumb. And to all those that are out there and that do this and have done this and are new to this, I would like to say there is some etiquette on these kind of deals.
Oh, are we going to do a PSA?
And I think a lot of people that do what we do already know the etiquette. When you're in these kind of deals and these races and quote air quote not a race.
Right. You mean the people who go and they're actually not racing?
Yeah, you need to understand that we don't have horns.
Who?
When you're in these events, you don't have a horn.
Okay.
And so what we do to let you know that we need to pass, that we are a faster rider than you are, is we hit the rev limiter, and which means we just twist the throttle, pull the clutch in, hit the throttle wide open, and just bounce it right off the rev limiter.
And it's really loud.
It's really loud.
If you're not familiar with it, you think the bike behind you is blowing up.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. It's just
Sure.
it's a certain sound, and that sound means I'm behind you. I'm a faster rider, and please pull to the side safely so I can get around you.
Right. Safely. I'm glad you added that to it.
Yeah.
You're not saying,
But I think there's a lot, and I think there's a lot of people that don't understand that etiquette, and unless you've been in a racing event that I think
not a racing event.
And not a racing event, but
unless
you don't
you've been
understand.
in a poker run before, and people are trying to go around you on
and
the
even
track.
a rally and like when we race out at Shed, you hit the rev limiter and people know exactly what
Sure.
that means. And
Sure.
they pull over. But you get occasional people that
Don't
don't understand what it is, and it can cause I don't know, an accident, but it can cause it's not good.
It can
So
cause
please
you
move
to
over
get
if you hear
annoyed.
Yeah, so if you hear somebody hitting the rev limiter behind you, please move over.
And if you don't know what that sounds like, just do it on your own bike. Just put her in neutral and pull the throttle back as far as it goes, or press the
it'll
throttle
bounce
button.
off. It'll
You'll
float
hear
the
it?
valves.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
Because when you say it'll bounce off of it, I don't know what, but if you say it'll float the valves,
It'll
I
float
can
the
hear
valves.
that. It's a
Yeah.
pop, and it's very distinguished. So, do dirt bikes and four-wheelers both do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's harder to hear the 2 strokes do it, but the 4 strokes are very
Pronounced.
Yeah, you can really hear those. So please,
Okay.
be safe out there, but
Sure.
but know the etiquette if you're going to do this kind of stuff.
Scooch over for those guys who
Yeah,
aren't in a
know the
race.
etiquette, because if we're doing 40 miles an hour, we need to get by you. You're only doing 30 or maybe 20 or 15. It could be an accident waiting to happen.
But I feel like there's a flip side of that, because you told me a story about a young man who was on a Trail 50, and he was headed up a really steep hill.
Oh,
And
yeah, that was awesome.
You brapped his dad, and his dad had a horn, and beep, beep.
You know what? Yeah, this was cool. This was a dad that was out there with his
I hope
2
he's
sons.
listening.
I hope he is too. But he was out there with his 2 boys, and his one boy was on a CRF 50, and the other was on a CRF. I want to say it must have been a 70, and the dad just wanted to enter the boys because they had a lot of pent-up energy.
Sure, and it's a great family event.
And he wanted his boys to experience this, right?
Right.
So Zach and I get behind him, and we hit the rev limiter, and the dad knows. He sees us.
Sure.
And
Right away.
he waves the kid with the 70. He waves him over. Yeah, he gets right over.
Right.
And then it was, gosh, I would have let him go up this hill.
Right.
We were right in the worst spot possible. It was up a long hill section, and it was really silty, and
Super
it was
dusty,
probably
thick.
it was probably 4 or 5 inches of just silt, right?
Ugh.
So you had to get power and
Sure, to
just
dig through
hammer it down, right?
Yeah.
And so he's honking his horn, and
Dad is?
Dad's honking his horn, and the little guy on the 50 is halfway. Well, he wasn't quite halfway. He's about a third of the way up.
Sure.
And he hears his dad honk his horn, and he knows exactly what that means.
Yeah.
Which means get off the
Oh, no.
get off the track.
Yeah.
Get over,
Yeah.
right? So
Somebody
the little guy, and you can see him. He's in this knee-deep silt, and he just whips that bike over on the side of the hill,
Oh.
and he stops. So
You
Zach
guys
and I
go
can just
by.
go by, and
Yeah.
I felt so bad because I thought, little dude, you are not going to make it up the rest of this hill
Oh, no.
unless you ride all the way back down and then come up.
Oh.
Now,
What a keeper.
I know,
though.
right?
I mean, to listen to his dad and be like, to know the rules
so
of the trail.
I
and
know
be
the
like,
kid, and he taught
sacrifice
him.
is right.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
taught
Good
him
dad.
early. Yeah,
Good dad.
And the funny part about that is,
What?
so after we got done with this, not a race.
Yeah.
We went out for just a kind of just a fun ride.
Yeah.
Just to kind of cool down and have some fun. And so we went and found a black diamond because we like the black diamonds, and that. So I guess I should tell what they are. There's a green circle, which is the easiest trail you can take, and then there's a blue square, which is intermediate, medium.
Yeah.
Hardness, and then there's always a black diamond, which is your hard trails, right?
Double
which
black
are
diamond,
which are
right?
more technical.
Right.
So
They're the same as skiing, right?
Kind of, sort of,
Okay.
yeah. So we get out. We're on this now. this is a pin, but I'm gonna go there. Later in the day, we go out for a ride, and we go, well, let's go on this Black Diamond, right? So we're out there on this Black Diamond, and we're out in the middle of it, and we get to this really gnarly section.
Yeah.
Guess who we find? Guess who we're running into going up that gnarly section?
Oh, no.
Yeah. The little guy on the 50.
And his
The
dad?
little guy on the
Aw,
50
that stopped on the...
is riding a Black Diamond
What?
on his 50.
Wait, are
Because
his dad and his brother
he's
there too?
a little badass.
Oh.
And his brother is
Yeah.
a little badass too.
Really?
Yeah, I helped him up. I
Yeah.
helped him. I kind of pushed him up and helped him get up there. And his
Yeah.
dad was up there,
Yeah.
encouraging him. And I got off. I parked my bike and I got off and I was talking to the kids. But
Yeah.
when they started going up that gnarly section, I was right behind them and holding
Yeah.
on to their fender, kind of giving them
Well,
a
that's
little
cool.
assistance. And so that was really cool. And I talked to the dad later, and I said, "Oh yeah, we saw you guys.
Yeah,
we
were the
paid.
one that...
Yeah." And I
Yeah.
said, gosh, I apologize because I felt so bad.
Yeah.
We hit you right in the middle of that hill, and
Right.
your son. And he goes, "Oh, no worries. I mean, they have so much pent up energy that it doesn't mean anything to them.
To come back and
it's
do it
just
again.
longer they get to ride."
Right.
And he says, "And that's why I'm out here on this Black Diamond. Is we got done with that course."
Yeah.
And they weren't tired at all and
Oh
said,
my
"Dad, we
gosh.
still want to ride." And he says,
Ugh.
"Do you want to ride a Black Diamond?" And those boys were like all over it like Christmas
Yeah.
Day and said,
That's
"Yeah,
so
we don't know
funny.
what it is, but we're going to ride it."
Sure.
And so, yeah, here's this little kid. He was probably, oh gosh, he wasn't any older than 6
That's cool.
at the most. And he was riding Black Diamond and he was
whipping
making
it,
that
huh?
Black Diamond his
Boop.
biatch.
Mm.
Yeah. He was impressive.
That's
so
pretty cool.
yeah, so I like to see that. But like I said, I want everybody to be safe out there. So
Yeah.
please do learn the etiquette.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think that's really good because maybe some of the people that listen are just new riders, or they're people that are looking at getting into the sport and don't really know what they're getting into. So just maybe ride with an experienced rider for a little bit and learn the techniques. And if you get past, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Remember, you guys, Wes has been riding for almost 5 decades. So
Oh yeah.
it's not something
This
where
is nothing
he
new to
passes
me.
you to be a jerk. He's just in it for the
No,
race.
I'm just passing you, and I'm letting you pass me.
Sure.
It's just the experience.
Courtesy.
It's just the adventure of being out there and being able to push yourself and push your skill, and seeing just what you can do.
So I have to ask, did you win the poker run?
I won a prize, but that was it. Yeah.
Hey, it's nothing to
No.
snort
No,
at.
I got a good hand. And it was that was funny because we left that thing early in the morning,
Yeah.
and we didn't realize. You get in the groove and you don't realize just how fast you're going, right?
Sure.
And so we were in a
Sounds
groove.
like you guys were hauling
Yeah.
butt.
We were, and we had it worked out. And my cousin and I have been riding long enough together that we just know how to work this.
Yeah.
And even in these dusty conditions, which can get really dangerous
Right.
too.
Right.
But we switch back and forth. We would come to a crossing,
Uh-huh.
4 corners or a junction, and I would just, if I was leading, I would pull over for a while. I would
Right.
pull over, let him pass me, and I would eat the dust for a while, and then we just played, leapfrog for the whole thing.
time.
Yeah, and which works really well. And it's a lot easier to ride in bike dust than try to follow a quad in their dust. That
Oh, I'm
it
sure.
gets dangerous, and we got in a dangerous situation that we finally had to. I could not get to that sweet spot
Yeah.
where I could get a pass on a guy on just a huge quad
Yeah.
that had left a lot earlier than we did, and
Well, you guys were running in it's not a race.
No, yeah, I know it. And so I finally had to pull over just for a second to let the dust clear because I could not see. It was getting it was past over my head. It was past my limit. I wanted to push it.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But we did eventually pass him. down about maybe a mile or two down the
Do you
trail.
find people get pissy when you try to pass them?
Some of them, yeah,
Okay.
for sure, and most of them know and understand that you're faster. They might not be in it. They might have a new rider with them or whatever, but most of them understand that the faster riders are going to ride past them. So
Right.
so give them that.
Give them the courtesy.
Yeah, give them the courtesy.
Well, and you weren't being a jerk and like roosting.
No.
Like
I gave them a quick wave, and if they could hear me,
good.
I always said, "Hey, thank you."
Okay, good.
as I tried to fly by them, and so that worked.
Yeah.
But we got I know I got more stories on this, but we got to the end of this thing, right? And we get back in, we check in, or we check our time in and all that, and we get there and we go, okay. I didn't realize how tired I was until all the adrenaline started coming down, right? And then I'm like, oh my God, my legs are like jelly, my arms hurt, my shoulders, my back
You're craving
hurts.
the massage chair.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm thinking, okay, we're only, 100 yards, 200 yards from the trailer. Let's run over to the trailer.
Yeah.
Get a beverage in us and sit in the chairs and just kind of chill out for a minute. And we get back to the trailer, and I'm like, Zach goes, shit, it's only 10 o'clock.
Oh.
And I go, what? I thought it was like 1.
You guys really
This thing should take us a long time. Yeah. And then I started thinking, shit.
What?
Did we miss a checkpoint? Did we?
Like a
did
whole
we miss?
section?
Yeah, miss a section. And I go, how many miles do you have on your odometer? And he said the exact miles that the course was. And we had all our punches.
Well, then you were fine.
So we were fine. We hit every check mark.
You just went really fast.
Because
it wasn't a race.
Yeah, and it was funny because we went back there and I said, talk to the gals that are at the finish line, and I said, hey, and this was later after we took a little break. Came back and said, hey, when are all the festivities? When do the last riders usually come in? And she said,
when's the deadline?
It's at 3:30.
Oh.
And we looked at each other and said, oh, shit, we've been back since 10. And she goes, now, are you the guys that said that they wanted to go back out? And this is about 1 o'clock when we talked to her.
Okay.
And she goes, now, are you the guys that decided to go back out and see if you could shave an hour off your time?
Wait.
And
what?
And I looked
at
Zach.
An hour off your time?
And I looked at Zach and I said, shit, you think we can do this in 10 minutes? Because we did it in an hour 10.
What did the ladies do? Were they like, what?
They're like, oh. Well, no, you're not that person then.
Did they know who you were?
No.
Were they like We Adventure?
Nah, we told them we were with We Adventure Northwest, and they were going, "Oh my gosh, did you film it? Did you get it all? Did you get it all on film?" And I go, "Well,
do have some good
I
footage.
go, yeah, I got as much as I could on film, but yeah."
Stay tuned for that YouTube update.
So yeah, I'll get some YouTube video of
cool.
it. It'll be fun. It'll be probably just a dusty video, but it'll be fun.
Fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine.
Hardcore riders don't mind looking through the dust.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was a super fun event, and
I'm glad it was safe. I'm glad that they had 240 riders turn out. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Phenomenal.
I think that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I think we'll talk about when I get Zach over here as my special guest. I think we'll talk about the antics at the campground.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to spoil that just yet.
I don't want you to spoil it either. And I'll be really honest with you. My allergies are kicking my ass tonight. So
well, I tell you what, I can hardly sit in this stool because I am not kidding you. My whole body hurts.
Well,
I just got home and I said, and that's what I told him. I said, I got to get home. I got to do a podcast.
Yeah.
So I got 3-hour drive, 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I can't hardly, and it's 75 degrees or 78 degrees today, and I got my heated seat on all the way home.
Did you run over the rumble bumper so it would massage
you?
I
could. That's a good idea.
Because your truck will go.
Oh my gosh, no! I had the heated seat on all the way back because and like I said, when I jumped out of the truck, I was all crippled up. So
I'll go bio-freeze you up again.
yeah, I need to. But yeah, no, we had a good trip.
I'm
There's
really
more
glad you guys
stories
had
on
fun.
it. Hey, and I want to give another shout out to Spot.
Oh, yeah.
That
That was nice for
I
me.
used that all weekend because I didn't have
Yep.
any
I got
cell
both
service.
text notifications and emails.
Yes.
And both had different messages. So
And
that was nice.
as far as Safety Sally is concerned, we almost had to use it. So, but
that's
we'll
another story.
yeah, we'll pin that story. It almost just paid for its membership. It was a close call.
That would have scared the shit out of me.
It scared the shit out of me. I'll be honest with you.
I already heard the story, guys.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when he tells it again, he'll add things
Yeah.
to it.
Yep.
And I'll be just as
I was
horrified.
I got
Stay
pretty
tuned for
shook
that
up
one.
on that one.
Ugh.
Yep.
Blech.
Yeah.
Blech.
So that was our antics. That was our air quote, not a race.
Not a race.
And as Zach and I kept telling each other, it's not a race.
Not a race.
But when you're
So
racing
haul
for
ass.
clean air, it's a race.
Oh, that's a good title. Maybe I'll call this one Racing for Clean
Yeah,
Air.
you are racing for clean air.
Because everything's just dirt.
It's dirt and dusty, and I don't even want to look at my air filter. It's it's as brown as my lungs right now.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Gross.
maybe browner.
Gross.
So yeah,
Brown
more
day for
stories
you.
to come on this little adventure. Yeah,
Well, thanks for coming back. Thanks for sitting down in the podcast. I know you're uncomfortable.
yeah.
I know
I'm
you're short.
tired, and I'm sorry I got to make this one short. But
No, we're good.
it's-
We're like 45 minutes.
okay,
So
yeah.
maybe
I
they'll be glad.
apologize.
No,
Well, I
they'll be like,
apologize.
oh, look, we have a short one.
I know. So.
I clink our glasses.
And I don't think
I'm.
I just we didn't have anything funny going on. It's just I'm really
No,
sore.
you're fine. You're
Okay.
fine. I appreciate you coming back and immediately sitting down in the podcast room
Yeah.
and getting this episode up. So I will get it out to the people.
Sounds
here on
good.
Patreon,
Okay.
probably tomorrow, and then live for everybody else on Friday.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to try to clink again?
So we can. It's
see.
clinking one.
No,
No.
not gonna work,
Forget
guys.
it. Forget it.
Have fun.
Be safe.
We
Till
love you
next time, guys.
Have so much fun.
Yep.
Bye.